I'm creating a reconcile listing. So step 1 says find the template of your car. Okay. So the item I'm looking for is the second one in my folder. Looking for this item, you want to find the tag. So now I know it's a 98 Boxster with this mileage 58451. Scroll down to 98, find Boxster. I don't see my mileage on there, so I can use any mileage. And then delete the picture. Add your 12 listing pictures. You want to highlight all the pictures that belong to this part to see if you have 12, and since I have arranged my pictures by 6 in a row, I can see that I have 12. So I can just add all of them. And so instead of creating a copy of our template, we just edited a template that was similar, or we were editing a template that is similar, added our 12 items, or our 12 pictures. Now we're going to fix those pictures. So right away this one needs to be rotated. So I double click, rotate. And I'm going to view my pictures, see if I have any duplicates, if I have any problems. And it looks like, since I do have 12, I'm going to be keeping all of these. But I want to make sure that I have all of the views that I need, all of the pictures that I need. So this looks like a top picture of everything. This looks like a front picture of everything. This is a bottom. This is a left. This is a right. This is a top, this is a front, this is a rear, this is part number, and then this is still part of the set here. So we're going to include that next to the item pictures. And so this is organized, and we notice that we do have 6 sides because we have our bottom, left, right, front, rear, or bottom, left, right, top, front, rear, the other items in this picture, and then our part numbers. So now we're going to record our part numbers. Record part numbers. Now this one is hard to read, so if you wanted, you could zoom into it by clicking, but I can tell that this is a 996, and then I can also understand the rest of the numbers there. So then I'm going to add a plus sign in between the 2 part numbers that I have here. Okay, so these are my part numbers. Now I want to look up my part numbers because the next step, I need to paste one in the title that represents the title, or that represents the item, and then I need to find my title for that part number. And so I'm going to show you how to do those steps. So we've got part number here. You always want to delete the periods. Then I get a result here. It says exhaust bracket. So I can copy exhaust brackets, go to my listing, paste exhaust brackets. Another thing I can do is also copy the part number where I've already deleted the periods, paste that as well. And then I'm also going to add this part number to the title because that's what the other listing did to take up space since this is a small title. So I'm just going to make sure I remove these periods, and that's my title. The next step, the next step is view the tag of your item, record the external item ID, and then fill out the listing records document. While I'm viewing my tag, I also want to make sure that I have the correct template information because I haven't checked my template yet. So this is a 98 Boxster, rear wheel drive, Porsche 986. I happen to know that a 98 Boxster is a 986, so that is correct. That's all we need for the title. For our external item ID, it's 53066. And then we are going to, what's the next step? Fill out the listing records document. So we're going to copy this number that we just typed and verified it is correct. And then we're going to go to our listing records and paste it, and I've already done that here, but I'm going to make sure that I did that correctly, so I'm pasting over my work. And so actually this changed because I added a part number here. So this is my new item. Anytime you update your title, you need to also update it on this document. See, the next step is fill out the eBay master list. Okay, so now let's look for the eBay master list. So we just copied our title, so we can still paste that. Oh, there's a bunch of rows here. Okay, so paste my title, get my part number, paste that as well. And then my folder, let's see, the folder that we got this from. Copy address, paste, okay. Now let's see the next step. The next step says to copy all your part numbers in the notes, okay? And then paste them by the word part, add number. That's what I'm going to do because that saves time. Paste your part numbers. Add the title with L and R spelled out as passenger and driver. And then that goes after P and part. I'll show how to do all of that. And then delete what remains of part. And then add imperfections, add disclaimers. So I'm going to go through all of those steps because they're all pretty quick. Oops. So I'm going to copy these. I'm going to go to my description. I'm going to type a number, and then I'm going to paste my part numbers, and it should paste perfectly. Add an extra P there. Then we're going to add our item, which is exhaust brackets. And I can also see in my tag it says muffler bracket, so I'm going to call it an exhaust muffler bracket in the description only. Okay, so I've got exhaust muffler brackets. I'm going to hit delete next to this P, get rid of it, and then I'm going to add my disclaimer. The only one here is build up. Muffler bracket is not going to be included in the disclaimers. Okay, make sure all that formatting is correct, and then I'm going to also make sure that my car information is correct in the description since I haven't checked that yet. So I've got a 98 Boxster, it's a 986, it's a 5-speed rear wheel drive, okay, 5-speed manual, yep, 2.5, 24V, and this is the VIN, WP0CA2980, and add a 0 here, WU6211173, so I only have to delete these last 3 after that, the last 4, 1173, okay, and then my exterior color is the same, Arctic Silver, and then my Interior is different, it's red. And then my mileage, I'm going to change that. Whenever you have just a regular mileage, it should just have an exclamation mark here. So I'm gonna say miles. And then add in my mileage, 58451. Okay, those are my miles. I'm going to copy that, make sure that it's the same for all three mileages in this description. I'll paste it here, and then I will also paste it here. Okay, now I've got my mileages. Do I need any disclaimers? Well, this is just an exhaust bracket, so I don't. I'm going to hit OK to save. What are my next steps? Fill out eBay and store categories. Okay. So eBay categories, we have an exhaust bracket, which is classified under exhaust. Exhaust bracket, let's look for bracket. So we don't have brackets, so I'm going to say other. And then for store categories, it's also exhaust, and then it's for the 986. So that's it for that. The next step is to quality check your work. So I'm going to go to the quality checklist. I'm going to check the template checklist, steps 1 through 3, and then I'm also going to check the quality check for new listings. So I'm going to make sure I don't have to do step 1 because I need 12 pictures. I do need to make sure the title matches, including a model range number. I need to make sure the description is filled out for the VIN, the 3 mileages, the color, the type of car. The type of car should be filled out in this format. So let me check that. We've got a 98 Boxster, rear-wheel drive, Porsche 986. I already know that that's correct. We've got our mileage here. Oh, so I need to fix my mileage here. So that's why we're quality checking. 58451. Okay. So then now the title is correct. And so I need to update this on the new listings document. So over here, we will update this. And we'll go back, make sure our description is correct. We have our car information. Check our VIN. Oops. Okay, interior and exterior colors, exterior, interior, and then mileage. Check our mileage again. Okay, so those are correct. So we've filled out our template information correctly. The next step, I should save this first. Okay, now the next step, we are going to make sure we only have 12 pictures and that they're organized and correctly rotated. Okay. Include all special pictures, we don't need any. See that the title is correct by searching the part number. And then we don't need to do step 4 because we have a part number. Make sure the title is not more than 40 characters. So let's do those steps. So we have 12 pictures. Let's see if any of them need to be rotated. This one looks like it might need to be rotated. It doesn't hurt to have it like this, I don't think, but I'm going to rotate it because all the other pictures look like this. So now that's rotated. And then everything else is good. Correctly organized means that the correct pictures are next to each other. We don't have any close-ups, so we don't really need to worry about that. Let's check our part number. We have exhaust brackets. That's the result we want to have. Again, I get exhaust brackets, so that's good. Now I need to check that my title is 40 characters. I have 6 characters remaining, so it's less. Okay. The next step is to check description information. Make sure you have the complete title in there, all the imperfections, all part numbers, and all disclaimers. Okay. I'm going to put this on the tag so I can see all my imperfections and make sure that my title is correct. So I didn't have any RR or anything over here to make sure it was in the title and description. So my description is just exhaust muffler brackets. I added muffler because that was on the tag, but it was not in the listing that I saw, so I just put what was in the listing up here. Then we've got build up, our imperfection. We've got our part numbers that we copy pasted from here, so those should be correct. And then we don't need to check our car information. That's it. Imperfection, or not imperfections, disclaimers. Do we need any of them? Well, exhaust brackets don't need them. Typically, things that are electronic devices or high-value items get disclaimers, but this is not one of those, so that's fine. And the next step is to check and make sure our eBay and store categories make sense. Well, this is an exhaust item, and if we try to look for another option, this is the best option for exhaust. This is exhaust, so that is definitely the right category. And this is a 986, this is a 986. So we have just quality checked our listing, we know that it is correct. Then we can add this to awaiting upload.